always a delight to speak with you.
Let's move.
The doctor's teachings live on. Still not feeling better? Let's see if I can help you. Now.
Oakfather preserve you. Wherever you need me, I'll be right.
Hey, soldier. Hell yes.
Let's get on with it.
Wanna dance?
Watch your back.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I'd love to, thanks.
How delicious. Someone there?
Can't afford to stay idle.
Da da da. Still alive, so that's progress. What to do?
Keep your distance, darling.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
My faith protects me.
What's the story? No time to rest.
That's far enough.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Ah, one blessed like myself. What news, true soul? Who better to suss out his like?
You'll find Z'rell in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
Well then, let's not keep her waiting.
Praise the Absolute.
Plenty of supplies if you're running low, true soul.
In her name.
is only the Absolute.
That right, mate? Only the Absolute.
Serve her. All will serve her. Brother took my meat. They smoke and steal. Waste you and struggle. We are favored. We are blessed. The blessed will conquer all.
We're in the belly of the beast now. Try not to do anything too heroic.
So this is the abode of our dear Absolute. It's about as cheerful as expected.
Moonrise Towers. If this is indeed the very center of the Absolute schemes, then the source of our problem must be in here somewhere.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
Another true soul. The disciple will want to see you through the main doors.
And the dreams came.
Welcome, true soul. The disciple will have work for you, I expect. So much to be done.
Your family will answer. Bunch of the others were rounded up in the main hall a while ago. They ain't come back.
Must have come in with the Drider, did ya? Well, you're in good time. General Kefrig's in the main hall. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Heard a rumor some do-gooder stopped a horde of absolutists from getting their hands on a load of druids in some grove. Whoever it was, better pray the general doesn't smoke 'em out. Be a bloodbath, so it would. business.
Something slimy. More for me. Hallucinogenic.
I'm sick as shit of looking at your mug. The sooner we march, the better. Not till we get there, anyway.
Look where city be back.
These are the stalking grounds of Steelclaw, furless one. Tread lightly. Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now.
Focus. Dedication. Utmost vigilance.
I braved lapping waters and leaking ships to find this prey. I butchered many, and will butcher many more. But this one I toy with. I slice, I tear, and when the time is right, I will bite its head off and bathe in its innards! Luck is not needed. Merely patience and a thirst for blood. Hunt fast and hunt well. Quiet, lest I miss its cries for mercy.
Hush! Meat sounds above. Here. No! Meg only small. This huge. In walls above. Maybe whole tower. You find meat, you share.
You'd find better lodgings out in the war camp, True Soul. I know we're all one under the Absolute, but you do not want to bunk with an ogre.
Don't mind Meg and her meat sounds. It's just her brain slopping around in her skull.
do you hail from?
Valley. And the dreams came.
My brothers had the dreams too. Same as me. But they wouldn't admit it.
The Absolute calls us all to her design. Your family will answer. Eventually.
Back of the line. I'll be the first of us to swear to the General.
The Absolute herself called us here. They cannot stop us from seeing Zorel now. Brothers.
You're one of her blessed, aren't you? To hear her voice, I cannot imagine.
Not all of us survived the shadows to stand here. My wife, my sons, they were unworthy.
Each pack of recruits they bring in is worse than the last. Can't trust them to sweep the stables, let alone swing a sword. No doubt. Isn't for me to question them above me. I'm sure you know your business. I'll see they get all the help they need, true soul. And they'll need quite a bit.
Where do you hail from?
I saw it, Trousseau. The army. They're nearly ready. It's nearly time. I'm trained as an assassin. House Hekar. Perhaps I can serve as a scout or special operations. When the call comes, I'll be ready. Us? We are so many, and we are marching to Baldur's Gate as soon as the Absolute gives word. I've never been to battle. I've never been to war. But I feel so calm, ready.
Welcome back, true soul. Zorel is holding an audience with the General, deciding the fate of those who have failed the Absolute.
Yes, indeed.
We did as we was told, General. Followed every order.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
Us? No, it was Minthara. She got the orders. She...
Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
You failed to retrieve the artifact. You failed to protect your true soul. You do not deserve to live.
Mercy, General! Please!
General Thorm?
Let our newest arrival speak. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies, isn't that so? What is your judgment?
You know I'm loyal! Tell him!
Enough! True soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
Thank you. I'm glad someone noticed.
I'm sure they were very enthusiastic. But zeal without efficacy is for children, not servants. We are too close to the ending and the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill them, quickly.
What? No! You creaking old bag of shit!
I'm so sorry, my lord. She's an unbeliever outside my control.
Try again.
No! No!
Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, put that true soul to use. You have far more important matters to attend to. Or have you forgotten?
Of course not, my lord. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish. They are yours. You can release them, kill them, or feed them to each other for all I care. Just deal with them. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
Please! You gotta help me! For old time's sake! Oh, praise the Absolute! And praise her true soul!
Your merciful streak will be the death of us one day. Let's hope Zarel won't be too angry.
The seat of the Absolute's power, occupied by a general that cannot be killed. But his followers are flesh and blood. We must learn what fuel
and honor, true soul.
You'll find traders in the entrance hall. Absolute draws coin as well as pilgrims, eh?
Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
Don't try giving orders, true soul. Everyone here answers directly to Zarel.
Good luck, true soul. The disciple demands much of those who serve her.
She sees everything we are. Do you understand? There is no hiding from her.
From this seat, Ketheric defied gods and raised an army for the Absolute. It is not particularly comfortable.
Oh, gracious one. It is a pleasure to be in your mighty sanctum.
Vast world out there.
No feuding under this roof, true soul. We're all one under the Absolute. More's the pity.
You're not the first to brave the dark for the Absolute. The war camp's are full to bursting.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciple Z'rell?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No, better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. She sees the goblins walking free, and a burning rage fans across your mind like wildfire.
Explain yourself. Very pragmatic, but very boring. Let's see if there's anything interesting in this brain of yours.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palate. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
You have used the wizard well. But the desperate one who would love such a pathetic man must hunger for greater delights deep down. With the Absolute, your fantasies can become more real than flesh. The pleasures of the mind can surpass those of the body. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted. To take without asking, to feel without doubting, and to kill without consequence. In a word, freedom. Why not? What's the point in power if you don't get to have a little fun every now and again? She gave me the power to cut the thread of life with a thought. But I can caress as well as cut. That's why you should stay on my good side. And the best way to do that is to serve General Thorm. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
Indeed. The Absolute's love for him has made him more than mortal. He is unstoppable. There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home. It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know. And I accompanied him. It was destroyed shortly after he left Moonrise. Hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry. Death would not silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters. The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You will need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more.
Her words are diplomatic, but her face betrays her true feelings. Utter contempt for you and all your kind.
Disciple Zrel has given you a chance to earn that honor.
Your tadpole grasps at nothing. She carries no parasite, but you've spent too long reading people not to see what's behind her eyes. Scorn, stark behind her mask of deference.
As you see, true soul, there is so much more for you to learn. I have my duties, true soul. I'm sure Disciple Zrel has given you yours.
Wide, gaping sockets that see nothing. And still they seem to watch you. You think you hear a whisper, but perhaps it was just wind drafting through a dull and empty thing. Best keep your hands to yourself.
tower doesn't stink like an overstuffed cemetery. Which means Balthazar hasn't returned. So why are you here instead of out there looking for him? Oh, good. I love answering questions. Have I not been clear? Find Balthazar, and more importantly, the relic he holds. Neither of which, you'll notice, are here.
Hey, True Soul. What's the word? Armies gathered outside. The General giving us marching orders. The Necromancer? The General won't leave one of his own behind. He might be the Absolute's chosen now, but he's still a soldier at heart.
Seen the view out west from the terrace? All those beasts camped under one banner. That's the Absolute's power. The General's power.
A new face. Do as the Warden says, when she says, and you'll be fine. Plant one foot in front of the other. Head forward, back straight. Make them fear you.
Did you request this post too? I'm glad I got the Warden and not Zarel. Don't get chatty with the prisoners, mind you. The Warden won't like that.
Conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for Disciple Balthazar's attention only. Your reasoning is hard to argue with. You're free to speak to the prisoners.
Roland better be all right.
It's Roland. He's probably holed up somewhere, planning to burst in, spells ablaze.
I bloody hope not. If he saves us, I'll never hear the end of it.
You want to help? The gnomes couple cells down are up to something, and we're in.
I can't read bloody minds. Go on, before someone sees.
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. What do you want with us, exactly? Huh. And why would you be so inclined? The Absolute thinks she's got you by the scruff of the neck. But it's the other way around, isn't it? I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wilburn. We've got a plan, for us and the Tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a Warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdor, make sure a guard doesn't see you, or we're both done for.
Not now, not ever.
Stone, I feel it. Hollow behind the back wall, and... I'd beg my lord.
No one stopped me yet.
Don't speak to the prisoners. The Absolute forbids it.
spark of the familiar. Do I know you, true soul? Perhaps not. Your face is rather bland. Regardless, know this. I am the Warden. The prisoners are my charges, and I answer to Disciple Balthazar himself. Stay on my good side.
Your mind swirls with information about the prison. The small levers behind the warden's desk open every cell, while the larger one triggers the alarm. And interesting items confiscated from prisoners lie above the warden's office, just up the ladder.
If you are going to stare, kindly do it elsewhere. As I said, you are free to roam where you wish, but do not speak to the prisoners. My, they are letting all sorts become a true soul these days. He is chief advisor to General Ketherick, and one of the Absolute's favored. His necromancy is second only to the General's. It is an honor to serve him. He sounds important, and I'm afraid the mere dregs are the only ones left in my care. Anyone who refutes the Absolute is an enemy of mine, true soul. You would do well to remember that. Indeed. But all are kept out of reach and under constant surveillance in the office above. Prison security is my highest priority. A pity you're already failing, then. My face might be bland, but yours? It is now carved into my memory forever.
Your feet fly fast, my friend. Any luck with those tools? Gerdo, help me. Just bring them. Or we're all very, very dead.
Get us out of here, please, before that head case of a necromancer comes back.
Risk being in open view. All comfortable, I hope.
Delightful accommodation. You spoil us, Warden.
Keep that wit. You'll need it, little Wolverine.
The hells you call me?
There it is. You act bold, but there is a weak, temperamental child beneath the mask. I see it. I see you.
Well,
I'd bet my last copper there's a pier nearby.
That's a friendly-looking shadow. If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Better be cautious.
All comfortable, I hope.
Delightful accommodation. You spoilers, Warden.
Walbron.
The hells you call me?
There it is. You act bold, but there is a weak, temperamental child beneath the mask. I see it. I see you.
Stone. Hollow behind the back wall. And beyond. Have you slept at all?
Have you?
Bet my last copper there's a pier nearby.
trust no one.
All comfortable, I hope.
Delightful accommodation. You spoilers, Warden.
Keep that wit.
You slept at all?
crimes being investigated in this area. You appear to be the prime suspect. You'll walk free for now, but your stories won't land so well if you're caught again.
Extremities, even organs, can all be removed, piece by piece.
I bet you use that line.
Right before they die. No different, little Wilburn.
I bloody hope not. If he saves us, I'll never hear the end of it.
We should leave. And soon.
That is the plan.
Breathe.
Unless this evil can get us out of here, I don't want to. Your feet fly fast, my friend. Any luck with a... Blessed Gerdul, I thought I'd never see it again. Thank you. The plan is to wait for a quiet moment, then bust out the back wall. We'll grab the tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us. Hurry, or we're all dead. It's only a flash of time.
Don't get too close to the prisoners. They're desperate enough to try anything.
All's well here. The cargo from below has already been taken to the docks.
You're mistaken, surely.
I am not.
But we've seen... what? 5 true souls sent for an audience?
And not a single one came back down from the tower top. Must have been unworthy.
It is impossible to keep a garment clean down here.
You'll find it all the harder once we're off on the march.
If you think I'm walking all the way to Baldur's Gate without a litter, you don't know me at all.
Oh, of course. Perhaps our prisoners can be your bearers. Find you from Gnome back, I expect.
Enjoy the view. This feels like it'd stretch all the way to the Sea of Swords on a clear day. If this place ever gets a clear day.
Look busy or they'll set you lifting too. Whatever's inside's heavy.
I'm afraid you missed the ship, Trousseau. But there'll be another along soon enough. We're already stacking the cargo. Baldur's Gate. The army marches overland. But we sent some friends ahead to smooth the way. Nothing of note. Just supplies for the battle ahead. I've already checked it twice over.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority. Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back. As you bear down on his mind, you feel a pulse in response. 1,000 pulses, echoing from the nearby crates, tadpoles. His mind had rejected the knowledge, forced it behind a mental wall. A wall you just took a hammer to.
Worms. Worms in their heads. Worms all over.
And as quickly as you tore down his defenses, you shore them back up. His mind is blank and blissfully ignorant once more.
Oh, Trousseau. You just missed the ship, but there'll be another one along soon. Another along soon, Trousseau. Another. Another.
Stand clear of the cargo. Respectfully, Trousseau. They're not to be opened until they reach the city. The Absolute smiles on them that follow orders. And I don't plan on being a guard for long, Trousseau. Thank you.
Be kinder, you know. To the prisoners, I mean. Any one of them could be elevated to true soul, should they accept the Absolute.
Ugh. Then I shall have to keep them busy praying for mercy from other gods, won't I?
Feel free to haul a few boxes. We need all the hands we can get.
With a flick of the wrist.
Pretty, but it can take a beating.
It'll need to. Cleric's magic won't hold out the darkness forever.
Mole can be cranky and mean, but she looks after...
The shadows haven't consumed you. Good. Gruesome, isn't it? I'm glad you survived the encounter at least. Did you learn anything more? Chosen? Oh, that's 3 masters Ketheric has served. Our paladin isn't very picky. He's aligned himself with mind flayers. But I cannot see what he gains. Perhaps we can force it out of him once we have him up against a wall. Was there anything else? The great general is paranoid. Good. That means he's protecting something. I'll wager it's the source of his invulnerability. He'd protect that at any cost. Was there anything else?
Don't worry.
Don't let Jahira catch you dawdling. Almost laughable that he sees himself fit to judge anyone. Did you learn anything about how we might defeat him? That's fantastic. Well done. I'm glad you've made progress. Protecting this inn, well, it takes it out of you. I'll hold out as long as I can. By the sound of things, we'll have a more permanent solution soon. So glad you're on our side.
Hey, soldier.
Greetings. I sought to reach a Githyanki creche and be rid of these tadpoles. Now we stalk forgotten lands haunted by darkness. I'm going to find my people. If you have any sense, you will follow.
You consider your options, knowing that should Lae'zel depart alone for the crash, she could fall to the curse.
Damn it all. You may be right. I may be wrong. I hate that it's so.
I guess I can take care of my...
Hello, my dear.
May the darkness protect you. He's trouble. Worse, he's a traitor. Whatever loyalty he had towards Lady Shah is long gone. It would please her greatly to see him meet his long overdue end, I'll wager. Fine. What does it even need to be asked?
I do enjoy our conversation.
In my years as the Blade, I've witnessed countless cruelties, faced unimaginable evil. But Thorn, he is made of pure hate. The Sword Coast will rejoice when the bastard's fallen. My father is somewhere in this tower. I won't leave him in Thorn's hands. And lest we forget, we've a devil to rescue. 2 missions, 1 destination.
Not in a mere prison cell, certainly. My guess, Thorn will have confined him in the bowels of the tower. The deeper we dig, the closer we get.
Oakfather preserve you.